Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's been a while since I had any time to record a video, but I decided to take a moment today and read a short section of this particular book that I love so much. So if you're in the mood for a little bit of philosophy, feel free to listen in. This book is called On the Shortness of Life, and it's by Lucius Annaeus Seneca. Address to Paulinus. 1. The greater part of mankind, my Paulinus, complains of the unkindness of nature, because we are born only for a short space of time, and that this allotted period of time runs away so swiftly, nay, so hurriedly, that with but few exceptions, men's life comes to an end just as they are preparing to enjoy it. Nor is it only the common herd and the ignorant vulgar who mourn over this universal misfortune, as they consider it to be. This reflection has wrung complaints even from great men. Hence comes that well-known saying of physicians, that art is long, but life is short. Hence arose that quarrel, so unbefitting a sage, which Aristotle picked with nature, because she has indulged animals with such length of days that some of them lived for 10 or 15 centuries, while man, although born for many and such great exploits, had the term of his existence cut so much shorter. We do not have a very short time assigned to us, but we lose a great deal of it. Life is long enough to carry out the most important projects. We have an ample portion, if we do but arrange the whole of it aright. But when it all runs to waste through luxury and carelessness, when it is not devoted to any good purpose, then at the last we are forced to feel that it is all over, although we never noticed how it glided away. Thus it is. We do not receive a short life, but we make it a short one. And we are not poor in days, but wasteful of them. When great and king-like riches fall into the hands of a bad master, they are dispersed straightway. But even a moderate fortune, when bestowed upon a wise guardian, increases by use. And in like manner, our life has great opportunities for one who knows how to dispose of it to the best advantage. 2. Why do we complain of nature? She has dealt kindly with us. Life is long enough if you know how to use it. One man is possessed by an avarice by which nothing can satisfy, another by a laborious diligence in doing what is totally useless. Another is sodden by wine, another is benumbed by sloth. One man is exhausted by an ambition which makes him court the goodwill of others. Another, through his eagerness as a merchant, is led to visit every land and every sea by the hope of gain. Some are plagued by the love of soldiering, and are always either endangering other men's lives or in trembling for their own. Some wear away their lives in that voluntary slavery, the unrequited service of great men. Many are occupied either in laying claim to other men's fortune or in complaining of their own. A great number have no settled purpose, and are tossed from one new scheme to another by a rambling, inconsistent, dissatisfied, fickle habit of mind. Some care for no object sufficiently to try to attain it, but lie lazily yawning until their fate comes upon them, so that I cannot doubt the truth of that verse, which the greatest of poets has dressed in the guise of an oracular response. We live a small part only of our lives. But all duration is time, not life. Vices press upon us and surround us on every side, and do not permit us to regain our feet, or to raise our eyes and gaze upon the truth. But when we are down, keep us prostrate and chained to low desires. Men who are in this condition are never allowed to come to themselves. If ever by chance they obtain any rest, they roll to and fro like the deep sea, which heaves and tosses after a gale, and they never have any respite from their lusts. Do you suppose that I speak of those whose ills are notorious? Nay, look at those whose prosperity all men run to see. They are choked by their own good things. To how many men do riches prove a heavy burden? How many men's eloquence and continual desire to display their own cleverness has cost them their lives? How many are sallow with constant sensual indulgence? How many have no freedom left them by the tribe of clients that surges around them? Look through all these, from the lowest to the highest. This man calls his friends to support him. This one is present in court. This one is the defendant. This one pleads for him. This one is on the jury. But no one lays claim to his own self. Everyone wastes his time over someone else. Investigate those men whose names are in everyone's mouth. You will find that they bear just the same marks. A is devoted to B and B to C. No one belongs to himself. Moreover, some men are full of most irrational anger. They complain of the insolence of their chiefs because they have not granted them an audience when they wished for it, as if a man had any right to complain of being so haughtily shut out by another, when he never has leisure to give his own conscience a hearing. This chief of yours, whoever he is, though he may look at you in an offensive manner, still will some day look at you, open his ears to your words, and give you a seat by his side. But you never design to look upon yourself, to listen to your own grievances. You ought not, then, to claim these services from another, especially since while you yourself were doing so, you did not wish for an interview with another man, but were not able to obtain one with yourself. 3. Were all the brightest intellects of all time to employ themselves on this one subject, they never could sufficiently express their wonder at this blindness of men's minds. Men will not allow anyone to establish himself upon their estates, and upon the most trifling dispute about the measuring of boundaries. They betake themselves to stones and cudgels, yet they allow others to encroach upon their lives. Nay, they themselves actually lead others in to take possession of them. You cannot find anyone who wants to distribute his money, yet among how many people does everyone distribute his life? Men covetously guard their property from waste, but when it comes to a waste of time, they are most prodigal of that which it would become them to be sparing. Let us take one of the elders and say to him, "We perceive that you have arrived at the extreme limits of human life. You are in your 100th year or even older. Come now, reckon up your whole life in black and white. Tell us how much of your time has been spent upon your creditors, how much on your mistress, how much on your king, how much on your clients, how much in quarreling with your wife, how much in keeping your slaves in order, how much in running up and down the city on business. Add to this the diseases which we bring upon us with our own hands, and the time which has laid idle without any use having been made of it. You will see that you have not lived as many years as you count. Look back in your memory and see how often you have been consistent in your projects. How many days passed as you intended them to do when you were at your own disposal? How often you did not change color and your spirit did not quail? How much work you have done in so long a time? How many people have, without your knowledge, stolen parts of your life from you? How much you have lost? How large a part has taken up by useless grief, foolish gladness, greedy desire, or polite conversation? How little of yourself is left to you? You will then perceive that you will die prematurely. What then is the reason of this? It is that people live as though they would live forever. You never remember your human frailty. You never notice how much of your time has already gone by. You spend it as though you had an abundant and overflowing store of it, though all the while that day which you devote to some man or to something is perhaps your last. You fear everything, like mortals as you are, and yet you desire everything as if you were immortals. You will hear many men say, "After my 50th year, I will give myself up to leisure. My 60th shall be my last year of public office." And what guarantee have you that your life will last any longer? Who will let all this go on just as you have arranged it? Are you not ashamed to reserve only the leavings of your life for yourself, and appoint for the enjoyment of your own right mind only that time which you cannot devote to any business? How late it is to begin life just when we have to be leaving it. What a foolish forgetfulness of our mortality to put off wholesome counsels until our 50th or 60th year, and to choose that our lives shall begin at a point which few of us ever reach. I'll be pausing here for now. I hope you enjoyed that segment. And if you want to pick up this book, I got my copy off Amazon. It's a very short book. It's a good reminder on making good use of our time and on the shortness of life. Take care, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your day or your afternoon or your evening.